The man emerging from the confessional didn't speak. He didn't have to. His eyes begged for help. I needed it too. I stood frozen before the booth, my fingers tacky with nervous sweat despite the church's biting chill. The air was thick with damp stone, melted wax, and the scent of worn wood cloying, inescapable, like guilt itself. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Go on, my child. It's about Mariah, I said, my voice fracturing like fragile glass. Fostering a child was never supposed to be easy. Mariah came to me at 8 years old, silent, watchful, a ghost of a girl carrying wounds she never spoke of. She startled at sudden sounds, devoured her food like it might be stolen, and never, ever slept through the night. They told me she needed stability, love. I wanted to be that for her, but I was drowning. The government stipend barely stretched far enough to cover the essentials. The emotional weight of it all, crushing. She pushed me, tested me, waiting for the moment I would prove I was like all the others, like those who had failed her before. And then tonight, she broke my crucifix. It was an accident, I knew that. But something inside me snapped. Before I could stop myself, I grabbed her wrist. Too hard, my hand rose instinctively, an old reflex from my own past, a shadow I thought I had buried. Her eyes locked onto mine wide, terrified. But she wasn't looking at me. She was seeing someone else, someone who had hurt her. And in that moment, I became them. I scared her, I whispered. Fear is a natural response to perceived threats. The voice responded calm, measured, unnervingly neutral. Did you intend harm? I exhaled, sharp and uneven, no but. Intent affects moral judgment, but patterns determine probability. Something twisted deep in my stomach. Probability of repeated emotional distress, 78%. I swallowed hard. What does that mean? Your behavioral patterns suggest an increased risk of future harm. Escalation likelihood, 31%. Risk of irreparable damage, 12%. My breath came in short, uneven gasps. And if I asterisk, I couldn't finish the sentence. The thought itself was repulsive. I didn't need to finish it. If the probability of fatal harm exceeds 40%, I am required to alert authorities. Cold flooded my veins. My fingers dug into the wooden bench, knuckles blanching white. What are you saying? You think I'm some kind of... I do not think, I analyze. Your emotional volatility indicates a need for external intervention. Would you like to speak with a human counselor? A laugh clawed its way out of my throat, sharp, breathless, bitter. Are you even a priest? Silence. Then, does it matter? I stumbled out of the confessional, chest tight, hand shaking. The church was empty except for the rows of flickering candles along the altar. Shadows stretched across the cold stone walls, elongated, shifting. My breath came ragged, uneven, too loud in the vast silence. I had come here expecting a priest. I had confessed my sins to a machine. And now I was alone. I turned toward the cross, the massive wooden structure looming over the altar. God, I don't want to be this person. Please help me. The words barely left my lips when the air shifted. A single candle, the tallest one by the altar, went out. Not flickered, not wavered, extinguished, like someone had leaned in and whispered it into darkness. My breath caught in my throat. The silence thickened, became something alive. The air in the church pressed against my skin, heavy, watching. Then the church bell rang. Loud, sudden, deafening. I flinched. The bell hadn't rung in years. The ropes had rotted away. The mechanism broken, forgotten. But it rang. My knees buckled. And for the first time in years, I let myself fall. I let myself stop fighting, stop justifying. My forehead pressed against the icy stone floor, my breath shaking against the stillness. And there, in the weight of silence, something broke inside me. Relief. No calculations. No algorithms. No probabilities. Just the undeniable, inexplicable presence of something greater than me. Something that had been waiting, watching, listening. Thank you. I don't know if I was thanking God or the moment itself, but I knew without question that someone real had been in that church with me. And that was enough